This week on Live Action News Now, the gloves are off. Elon Musk calls out Kamala over the abortion issue. Plus, our team exposes Planned Parenthood for misleading women through deceptive marketing. And finally, is Biden's HHS pushing propaganda about, quote, emergency abortions? You be the judge. Live Action Nation, let's go. Hello and welcome to Live Action News Now. I'm your host, Juan Garcia. And if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any updates. Elon Musk is putting Vice President Kamala Harris on blast for, quote, lying about former President Donald Trump's position on the implementation and national law protecting preborn babies from abortion. After Harris said this in a post, Donald Trump would ban abortion nationwide. President Joe Biden and I will do everything in our power to stop him and restore women's reproductive freedom. A community note that countered Harris's claim and included information from CNN, BBC, the Associated Press, the New York Times, and Trump himself proved Harris's X post was inaccurate. But Musk himself went in on Harris on X, saying, when will politicians, or at least the intern who runs their account, learn that lying on this platform doesn't work anymore? In addition to his post, Musk commented directly on Harris's post, saying he clearly said he wouldn't do so in the debate. Now this. Last week, the U.S. Supreme Court sent Moyle versus United States and Idaho versus United States back to a lower court. This means that should a, quote, emergency abortion become absolutely necessary to protect a pregnant woman in any of the very narrow possible circumstances where Idaho's law conflicts with the Federal Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act rules, otherwise known as EMTALA, doctors in Idaho must provide that emergency abortion as a stabilizing treatment. And yet, after the decision, the Biden HHS Secretary, Javier Becerra, issued a letter telling emergency room doctors that they must commit abortions on women in emergencies, as if the administration didn't already acknowledge that EMTALA would override, rarely, Idaho's law. So the Biden administration is simply acting like, one, Idaho's law is not left almost entirely intact, and two, as if doctors in pro-life states aren't already legally allowed to do so-called emergency abortions. Come on, man. Javi, if you watch our show regularly, you'd already know that intentionally and directly killing a baby is never necessary to save a mother's life, and emergency care to save a mother, miscarriage management, and ectopic pregnancy removal is legal in every state. Legal. Javi, do yourself a favor and hit the alert icon so you can stay in the know. I got you. On our website, liveactionnews.org, our team just exposed 7 ways Planned Parenthood misleads women through deceptive marketing. Here's one my best friend, researcher Carol, picked out just for me. Advertising pregnancy options while heavily promoting abortion. Planned Parenthood's website reads, Planned Parenthood Health Center has caring professionals that can answer any questions you might have. They'll give you expert care, accurate information about all your options, and non-judgmental support along the way, no matter what you decide about your pregnancy. Yet, a look at Planned Parenthood's annual report, 2022 to 2023, reveals that it committed a whopping 228 abortions for every 1 adoption referral and 62 abortions for every 1 prenatal care service it provided. The very name Planned Parenthood itself deceptively implies that the corporation helps women to Planned Parenthood when in reality it exterminates the human lives that are conceived. But what makes matters worse is how pregnancy resource centers, for some reason, have landed in the crosshairs of the state for, quote, falsely and deceptive advertising, despite being a center that offers pregnancy resources. Like they're doing in Massachusetts. Governor Healy and Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll have launched what they call a first-in-the-nation public education campaign to highlight the so-called dangers of pregnancy resource centers. In reality, the initiative is a smear campaign against organizations that provide a lifeline to expectant mothers and young families who need resources and help, all because those centers do not promote abortion. I find that extremely odd. Now, why aren't AGs and governors going after Planned Parenthood for their flagrant deception mentioned before? Okay, Arkansas for limited government. We're gonna get into the whole limited government part later. But a pro-abortion coalition in Arkansas claims to have gathered enough signatures to place a pro-abortion constitutional amendment on the upcoming ballot in November, in a state where abortion is currently legal to save the life of the mother. The pro-abortion amendment would need to gather just over 50% of the vote to pass and would set in place unrestricted abortion up to 18 weeks after fertilization in the state, or in cases of rape, incest, fatal fetal anomaly, or, quote, when abortion is needed to protect the pregnant woman's life or physical health. According to research, preborn children are likely to feel pain by the end of the first trimester. By 22 days after fertilization, the prenatal heart begins to beat, even before it's formed all 4 chambers. By 6 weeks after fertilization or 8 weeks gestation, brain activity can be recorded. By 10 weeks after fertilization, a preborn child can suck his or her thumb, swallow, and grasp an object. Between 14 and 18 weeks after fertilization, preborn children have grown large and strong strong enough for their movements in utero to be felt by their mothers. The baby releases stress hormones in response to being poked between 18 and 22 weeks gestation. I know what you're thinking. Juan, where did you get that killer animation that's been implemented through the Baby Olivia bill in 2 states already, Tennessee and North Dakota, and proposed but not passed as of yet this year in Missouri, Kentucky, Virginia, Hawaii, West Virginia, Iowa, and South Carolina? You can check out Baby Olivia anytime you like at babyolivia.com. And finally, there's just one last thing I need to revisit before I head out. Ever wonder why a limited government has a duty to protect human beings even before birth?
I am pro-choice because I believe in limited government, not because I'm pro-abortion, not because I'm not pro-life, but because I believe in limited government. I don't believe that that's the government's place.
That's crazy. This is like saying, well, I don't believe in legislating things around child abuse because I believe in limited government. It's not because I'm for child abuse, it's not because I want child abuse to happen, it's because I believe in limited government. This isn't an argument about limited government. It's an argument about whether or not you think it should be legal to kill innocent children.
The link to that video can be found in the description below. The idea of bodily autonomy or my body, my choice argument is common among abortion supporters, but these phrases fail to note that countless laws in society govern what people can or cannot do with their own bodies every day. And while government overreach into many aspects of people's lives can be a very real problem, when it comes to directly preventing the intentional killing of other human beings, this should be a no-brainer. For the latest in pro-life news, visit our website at liveactionnews.org and follow us at Live Action News on social media. That does it for today's show. I'm Juan Garcia. Thanks for watching Live Action News Now. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so you don't miss any updates. See you next time.